Hello dear viewers, and welcome back to your channel. I'm your host Maverick, where today we're going to be watching Dororo episode 20. So, I don't think there's much of a recap to do this episode. Last episode was more of a fun, hilarious episode. I don't think it really had any bearing to the story. It's just something to let Hyakkimaru and Dororo relax, have a little fun, and recharge themselves, so now they can continue their journey. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into the episode and see what's going on. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Episode 20. Is Dororo slated for 24 or 26 episodes? I can't really remember. I'll have to check that after I watch this. Alright, what's the story this time? Oh. A drop. Yeah. And because of Hyakkimaru, because the deal has been broken off. I'm kind of curious, like, is this... Yeah, he believes what he's doing is the right thing. Although, again, back to what I was... Oh, actually hold that thought. Let me skip this real quick, and I'll continue my thought after. And back. Nue? Seems to be some kind of bird, night bird. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm actually kind of curious, like, is the fact that this nation has misfortune a result of the demons cursing this land? Or is it just, you know, they're just unlucky as it is, and whatnot? Because there's a big difference, right? Because one, maybe you can fix the situation by slaying all the demons and making sure they don't curse your land anymore, and another, it might only be resolved by Hyakkimaru's sacrifice, right? Like, are the demons actually cursing this land? And then trying to, you know, swindle them into offering Hyakkimaru as a sacrifice? Oh, come on. Yeah, he still can't see it. Probably by the end of this series. He's really softened up to Dororo. True. This will probably be one of... Oh. Oh. Sabrota. I wonder what happens if somebody else kills the demon. Like, does Doros... I mean, does Hyakkimaru still get his body parts back? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. He doesn't seem... But if he was a human, or... I mean, if he was a demon or something, Hyakkimaru would have noticed, right? Somehow I feel that's not the full story. What? Oh, this is actually a pretty what's it called? This is a fairly common monster in Japanese folklore. Or Eastern folklore, anyways. Oh. Where's the other dude? Hmm. Is that his mom? What? Well, that's a pretty twisted way of thinking. But why is it that the demon doesn't kill him? Hmm? Oh? Hmm. Is her hand like smashed or something? Now he's stuck. Oh, it's flooding. They're not gonna have to amputate his arm off, are they? Hmm. And what are these two doing? They're not going down either? Oh, so he ran? Oh. Oh wait, so he's also... Yeah, this guy has gone completely insane. Oh. Quickly, give him a straw or something! Oh. Oh. Hmm? He's going back to slay the demon. He wants his arms. Ooh, and just like that, it's dead. I still don't understand why this demon doesn't eat that guy. Yeah, he ran. What? Oh, that was his mom's arm. And they all died. Why would you... Never mind. Okay. Seeing that everybody is also frightened of it and wants to run away. You're so annoying, dude. Nice. Hmm. That's what he wanted to do? What? No, that's what he wanted to do. Oh, and then he regains his strength? Alright. What the? Alright. I mean, I think it goes without saying that Hyakkimaru wins. Dang. Oh. That is a lot of blood. Come on, listen to Dororo. Oh. Hmm. And just when things are starting to make progress, they regressed yet again. Mm. Man, they really switch up the contrast, don't they? Alright, let me skip this. I'll see you guys in a second. Alrighty, so like I said, they really wasted no time getting back down to the nitty gritty, didn't they? So they had last episode, which was a fun, hilarious episode to sort of, reset the palette a little bit, and then immediately they throw you into a very gruesome situation in this episode. So I really dig that contrast actually. It gives a more powerful shock, right? Like trying to eat something sweet first and then eating something sour, it enhances the sourness, something like that. And also, I did like how they portrayed all the different aspects of the characters within this episode as well. So let's first talk about the swordsman, right? So the swordsman, I mean, his case is pretty simple. He ran away from the beast and he ran in fear of his life. He didn't save his mom. In fact, he even cut his mom's hand off so that he could escape. That's got to take a toll on his mental state, right? So now the only way that he can, he's basically trying to convince himself that, yeah, anybody would flee in that situation, and that's why he keeps on luring people over there. I like that portrayal, actually. Of course, he's a scumbag, but, I mean, this entire part made sense, and even though he's insane, you can also see why he wants to do something like this. And it's just a very believable character, and that's something that I feel like is actually pretty rare nowadays in terms of having, even though they're doing something insane, they have their motivations for doing it. And this one, I believe, was a nice portrayal. Not quite sure why the Niue monster didn't, just eat him as well. I guess the demon thought that he could bring potentially more food for him, and that's why. But yeah. And speaking of the Niue, so, like I said, that is a basic, a pretty common monster in Japanese folklore. So, yeah, it is sort of like a mishmash of different animals and whatnot. Although, to the best of my knowledge, there's nothing particularly special about this monster Niue. Like, its backstory and whatnot doesn't really have any bearing or relationship to the story in this episode. So, we can just forget about it. In that Dororo scene where she was almost drowned in water, I actually thought for a second that they were going to cut her arm off. Like, yeah, sure, it's brutal, right? But I wouldn't put it past the series to do something like that. So I was actually 50-50 on the situation. I thought it was a real possibility that she would have to amputate her arm off. And indeed, if Yomaru wasn't there, that's probably what should have been done, right? But thankfully, no. So she still gets to retain all her limbs in working condition. And then finally, I also really like the contrast between the portrayals of Tahoumaru and Hyakkimaru within this episode, right? So I've been saying this like about, again, 9 episodes ago. Because of the past arc, right, the arc on the island, it's easy to, again, sort of hate on Tahoumaru, but I like how they portray him here. He really does truly believe that what he's doing is righteous, and it's good for the people, right? And again, we are shown the consequences of what is actually happening right now that Hyakkimaru is going around to slay demons, right? The people are dying because of this, because of epidemics, because of droughts, because of food shortages, etc., etc. it is having a real impact here, right? And Tahoumaru, by all means, seems to want to, he wants to turn the situation around, not out of anything purely for personal reasons, but just because he believes this is the thing he should be doing. It's his responsibility. So I love that. I love that they still portray him as this kind of righteous character. And then you contrast that with Dororo within this episode, who by all means seems to be turning into a demon himself, right? Again, you can argue that his motivation for getting back his body within this episode isn't really that selfish. You know, he wants to get it back because he realized how weak he is due to this event with Dororo. Although I guess that's again debatable, but still, you know, you put him into contrast here where he's basically going berserk, turning into a demon himself, and then you again start to question, right? Like, which is the better part? Or, I guess for a lot of people, they probably still just say, it's Hyakkimaru, right? He's the protagonist and whatnot, and he shouldn't have been wronged like this. But, like I said, if you really put yourself into into Tahoumaru's shoes, or maybe the shoes of the people of the nation, you probably want Hyakkimaru dead, right? Although this, again, ties into what I was speculating about within this episode as well, and that is, you know, are these people the misfortune of this nation? Does it actually come from a curse of the demons themselves, or are they just unlucky by nature, right? Because there's a big difference here. If this was actually caused by the demons, then, you know, it would be all the others would be wrong in trying to prosecute Hyakkimaru. Instead, they should focus their attention on trying to get rid of the demons of this domain, right? So in that case, then there's all the sympathy for them, for Tahoumaru's side, is thrown out the window. They should have tried to instead, you know, get rid of the demons, maybe worship some gods and whatnot, and that is the way to restore peace to this domain. Now, however, if that's not the case, and again, it's just the case of this land is crappy to begin with, the demons, through sacrifice, are able to make this into a prosperous land, then that gets kind of tricky, right? And I still believe that the ending of this series is not going to be so clear-cut, just, you know, Hyakkimaru gets his body back and that's the end, right? They also have to solve the situation with the nation, with the people at the same time as well. And so it'll be interesting to see what exactly is the route that they go to, because, you know, Hyakkimaru seems to have reverted to his past self again, you know, pre-island arc. But it's up to Dororo to stay by his side and bring him back. But so, anyways, that's my review of Dororo episode 20. Again, I really liked the character portrayals in this one. I felt that they were believable, and I also liked all the contrasts that were put between this episode, between previous episodes, and whatnot. And hopefully next episode, it seems that they're going to have this... Let me think about this. No, actually, I don't know what's going to happen next episode. I doubt that he's going to be finding Daigo or Tahoumaru in just one episode. So, we shall see. We shall see. So, that's been my review. This has been Mavry from Musings of Mavry, and I will see you guys next time, same time, next week. So, bye-bye.